Hello, I'm Chris Hellman with National Priorities Project, and today's budget brief topic is Let's Make a Deal or Not. This week is the deadline for the Super Committee to come up with $1.2 trillion in deficit reduction over the next decade. They have a number of options before them, and we're going to run through them here. The first is to go big. Instead of the $1.2 trillion, to go after a larger number, about $4 trillion is one of the figures that's been mentioned. This was an idea that President Obama and House Speaker John Boehner tried to float earlier this summer, but unfortunately it met a very chilly reception on Capitol Hill. The second is to hit the target, and that means to actually get the $1.2 trillion through some mix of spending cuts or increased revenues through closing of certain tax loopholes. Third option is no deal. In this scenario, the Super Committee gets to its deadline and says, sorry, we haven't been able to come up with anything that we can agree on. We're packing our bags. We're going home. And that would trigger something called sequestration. These are the automatic, across-the-board spending cuts that would generate $1.2 trillion in savings over a decade. Fourth option is to come up short. And this means that they come to some sort of agreement, but it doesn't hit the $1.2 trillion target. In this situation, whatever difference between what they came up with and the 1.2 would also be made up by sequestration. Again, these automatic across-the-board spending cuts. Another option would be to stall. Go to Congress and say, look, November 23rd, we know that's our deadline. We're not going to make it. We'd like a little more time so we can continue working on this. And we're going to come back to you with something soon. And the final, of course, is to repeal. They don't get a deal, sequestration is looming, and Congress, Democrats and Republicans, upset by the potential of the damage caused by these automatic across-the-board cuts, decide to repeal the entire act and basically throw out the Budget Control Act that was passed earlier this summer. So those are the options. This is what you'll be hearing this coming week.